We will start from the next chapter, aldehydes, ketones and carboxylic acids. This is a very important chapter in organic chemistry. So first we shall start from what are aldehydes, ketones and carboxylic acids. Remember, aldehydes are a class of organic compounds represented by the general formula RCHO. RCHO. So here I have to specify what can be R. R can be hydrogen, R can be alkyl group, it can be aryl group, or it can be aralkyl group. As I told you earlier, when I say aralkyl, I can consider benzyl group. Same way, when we talk about ketones, we can say that they are a class of organic compounds represented by the general formula RCOR dash. In this case, both R and R dash cannot be hydrogen. Even if one of them happens to be hydrogen, it becomes aldehyde. So, R and R dash cannot be hydrogen, but they can be alkyl, they can be aryl, and they can again be aralkyl. Aldehydes and ketones put together, they are called carbonyl compounds. On the other hand, when we talk about carboxylic acids, they are again a class of organic compounds represented by the general formula RC double bond OH. In this case, R can be hydrogen, it can be alkyl group, it can be aryl group, or it can be aralkyl group. This is about the introduction to aldehydes, ketones and carboxylic acids. We shall start from common nomenclature of aldehydes. I have written some of the commonly encountered aldehydes over here. To provide common names to these aldehydes, we have to consider the common names of the corresponding carboxylic acids. This carboxylic acid has a common name, formic acid. This carboxylic acid has common name, acetic acid, and this one is called benzoic acid. To obtain the common names of corresponding aldehyde, I am going to replace ic acid of the corresponding carboxylic acid by aldehyde. In other words, the common name of this compound will be formaldehyde. So here what I have done, I have replaced ic acid of the corresponding carboxylic acid by aldehyde. So we get common name of the respective aldehyde. Similarly, if I go to the next compound, we have acetic acid here, ic acid. I am going to replace that by aldehyde. So common name of this compound will be acetaldehyde. Same way, if I go to benzoic acid, in this case it is not ic acid, we are going to replace oic acid. It is not ic acid, replace oic acid by aldehyde. So we get common name of the compound, it is benzaldehyde. So how to obtain common names of aldehydes? You have to replace ic acid or sometimes oic acid by aldehyde. So this way it is possible to obtain common names for the aldehydes. Next, we shall try to obtain common name for this particular compound. The speciality of this compound is there is a methyl side chain on the third carbon atom. But remember, in common nomenclature, we are not going to indicate the position by 1, 2, 3, etc. What way we are going to indicate the position? You know, the carbon atom to which a functional group is attached is called alpha carbon atom. The next carbon atom is called beta. This one is nothing but gamma, and this carbon atom is called delta. So in common nomenclature, to indicate the positions of the substituent or the side chain, we are going to indicate the carbon atoms as alpha, beta, gamma and delta. And alpha carbon atom is one to which the principal functional group is attached. Now, what is the common name of this compound? If suppose you do not have a methyl group, there are 5 carbon atoms, the corresponding carboxylic acid is called valeric acid. So if you have a carboxylic acid with 5 carbon atoms, it is called valeric acid. So here I have to replace ic acid by aldehyde. So it becomes valeraldehyde. The next one, I have to indicate the position of the methyl group. Where exactly methyl group is present? It is present on beta carbon atom. That is why the common name of this compound is beta methyl valeraldehyde. We shall start from common nomenclature of ketones. In common nomenclature, what we do is we will first mention the names of the groups that are present on either side of ketonic group. So in this case, on the left hand side we have a methyl group, on the right hand side again we have a methyl group. So what is the common name of the compound? It is dimethyl ketone. Common name of the compound will be dimethyl ketone. So I can write common name. Now dimethyl ketone is very commonly called as one more familiar name, acetone. And you know acetone is a very good organic solvent. Coming to the next example, on one side we have methyl group, on the other side we have N-propyl group. That is why common name of this compound should be methyl N-propyl ketone. Same way, if you move over to the next example, on one side we have a phenyl group, on the other side we have a methyl group. So what should be the common name of this compound? You have methyl on one side and then it is a phenyl on the other side. So it is methyl phenyl ketone, and there is a one more common name given to this particular compound. It is called acetophenone. Acetophenone. So the other common name is acetophenone. Let us move over to the last compound. On both sides we have C6H5 group. This has a very popular common name. It is called benzophenone. So when you say benzophenone, on either side of ketonic group we have two phenyl groups. So in general what I can say is any ketone that contains C double bond O C6H5 group ends with phenone. I repeat, any compound that contains C double bond O C6H5 will end up with phenone. So this is about the common nomenclature of ketones. We shall start writing IUPAC names for some aldehydes. I will start with the simplest aldehyde. This simplest aldehyde contains only one carbon atom. That is why the root word for this compound must be meth. Here you have only one carbon atom, that's why there is no question of carbon-carbon linkage. So in such cases, the primary suffix I use is ane. And we have a CHO, which is the principal functional group present in the molecule. And the secondary suffix for CHO functional group is al. So it is a methanal. The rule here is, actually you should have written it as ANE, then AL. But the simple rule is, whenever there are two continuous vowels, the previous vowel must be cancelled. What I mean by that, here METHANEAL. So after E we have A, so E has to be removed. That is why IUPAC name of this compound is methanol. We will move over to the second example. In the main chain there are 2 carbon atoms. So root word has to be eth, and these 2 carbon atoms are connected by means of single bond. That is why it is a ethane. Here again I should have written E, but E gets cancelled because for CHO the secondary suffix starts from one more vowel AL. That's why the previous vowel E gets cancelled. So what is the IUPAC name of acetaldehyde? It is ethanol. Let us move over to the next compound. I have written the condensed structural formula. To write the IUPAC names easily, I am going to write the complete structural formula showing the presence of CH3 twice. So what happens now is you have CH3, thereafter you have CH, then you have CH3, thereafter it is CHO. So CH3, CH, CHO, here you have CH3, right? So how are we going to write the IUPAC name for this compound? You know, in the main chain there are 3 carbon atoms, and I have to start numbering in such a way that the principal functional group gets the lowest number. That is why this carbon atom gets number 1. The next carbon atom is 2, so this is the 3rd carbon atom. So when you write the common IUPAC name, in the main chain there are 3 carbon atoms. That is why the root word is prop, and all carbon atoms are connected by single bond. That is why it is a propane, and you have a principal functional group CHO. That is why it is a propanol. So if you write propane 1-ol, or if you simply write propanol, one and the same, if you don't indicate any number, it's understood that it is 1. And I want to account for this methyl group that is present on the 2nd carbon atom. So this methyl comes as a prefix. So where is it present? It is present on the 2nd carbon atom. That is why IUPAC name of this compound will be 2-methyl propanol. Moving over to the next compound. So this compound has a very familiar common name. We call this particular compound in a common name by crotonaldehyde. Remember, crotonaldehyde is the common name. So it is the common name. I have to go for IUPAC name. So what way I can provide IUPAC name? You know, this carbon chain has to be numbered from right to left. So this is the 1st carbon atom, 2nd, 3rd and 4th. Obviously, the root word has to be but, and we shall check the nature of carbon-carbon linkages. You can make out that in between 2nd and 3rd carbon atom, we have C double bond C. That is why the primary suffix is nothing but but-ene, and you have the principal functional group CHO. That is why the secondary suffix must be 1-ol, or if you do not write 1 also, it is fine. It becomes but-2-ene-ol, or if you want, you can also write this as 2-butanol. So both of them are correct. Moving over to the next compound. Again, I told you, whenever you select the longest continuous chain of carbon atoms, ensure that the main chain contains the functional group. Having said that, you know, the principal functional group in this case is CHO, and ensure that this carbon atom gets number 1. So when you select the longest continuous chain and number it, so this has to be the 1st carbon atom, 2nd, 3rd, 4 and 5, And you can make out that on the second carbon atom we have a methyl group. On the fourth carbon atom we have a chloro group. And you know that alphabetically chloro comes before methyl. That is why when you write IUPAC name of this compound, it will be 4-chloro. It is 4-chloro. And thereafter on the second carbon atom we have methyl group. So it is a 2-methyl. 4-chloro, 2-methyl. Then we have 5 carbon atoms. That is why it is a pent. All the carbon atoms are connected by means of single bond. That is why it is a pentane. And the principal functional group present is a CHO. That is why secondary suffix is -al. So what's the IUPAC name of this compound? 4-chloro 2-methyl pentanal. We will try to write IUPAC names for some complex structures under aldehydes. Let's start from this example. The rule is simple. Even if it violates longest chain rule, it is fine. But ensure that in the chain that you have chosen, you should have maximum number of functional groups. What I am trying to highlight here is, if you select the longest continuous chain of carbon atoms, it should be like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There should be 6 carbon atoms in the longest continuous chain. But this particular chain we are not going to select because the carbon atom of the functional group is not included in it. So, according to the rule stated, you have to ensure that in the main chain that you have chosen, you should have a principal functional group. That is why, which is the main chain that we select here, it should be this way. So this carbon atom should be number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now this chain definitely contains 1 carbon atom less when compared with the longest continuous chain of carbon atoms. But because this particular carbon chain contains the principal functional group, this is the correct main chain. So once you have chosen the correct main chain, then identify the substituents. Here you have a ethyl side chain, here we have a bromo group, and here we have a chloro group. Now we have to go in the alphabetical order. You know that bromo comes first, thereafter we come across chloro, and finally we come across ethyl, alphabetical order. So what is the IUPAC name of this compound? On the third carbon atom we have bromo group. On the fifth carbon atom we come across chloro group. Then on the second carbon atom we have ethyl group. Then in the main chain there are 5 carbon atoms, so it is a pent. All of them are connected by means of single bond, pentane, and the first carbon atom is an aldehyde group, that is why it is R. So this is the IUPAC name of the compound. So it should be 3 bromo, 5 chloro, 2 ethyl pentanol. Here we have to pay more attention to alphabetical order. So here it is a B bromo, C chloro, and E ethyl. Moving over to the next example. This is a simple example, but only thing is there are 2 identical principal functional groups. So CHO over here and CHO on the other side. When I select the longest continuous chain of carbon atoms, I'll start from one side. Let us say I'll start numbering from left to right. So this has to be the first carbon atom, second, third, fourth, and we have the fifth carbon atom. So in this case, the root word will be pent, 5 carbon atoms. It should be pent. All carbon atoms are connected by means of single bond. That is why it is a pentane. And you observe that the principal functional group is repeated 2 times. That is why it is a di. And for CHO, the secondary suffix is al, dial. So where are those CHO functional groups? First one on the first carbon atom and second one on the fifth carbon atom. So it is a 1,5 dial. So IUPAC name is pentane 1,5-diol. Remember, in this case E is retained because E is followed by consonant D. That's why E has to be retained. IUPAC name of this compound is pentane 1,5-diol. Move over to the next example. In this example, you have 3 CHO groups. So, whatever way we try to select the main chain, it is not possible to ensure that all the 3 carbon atoms of 3 CHO groups are covered in the main chain. So, if I go in this direction, I can cover carbon atoms of 2 aldehyde group in the main chain, but I am not able to consider this in the main chain. So, whatever we do, it is not possible to consider the carbon atoms of the 3 CHO groups in the main chain. In such a case, what we have to do? We have to ignore the carbon atoms of all the 3 CHO groups. Then, I'll start numbering this way then. This is carbon atom number 1. So, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And because the carbon atoms of CHO are not considered, we call this a CHO group as carbaldehyde. If the carbon atom of CHO is not counted with the main chain, then the secondary suffix for CHO group is carbaldehyde. So how many such CHO groups are there? 3. So we call them as tricarbaldehyde. And where are they present? They are present on the first carbon atom, third carbon atom and the fifth carbon atom. So what is the IUPAC name of this particular compound? We have 5 carbon atoms then. So I'll write the root word as pentane, pent and ane, carbon-carbon single bonds. And on the first, on the third and on the fifth, we have CHO groups with carbon atoms not counted in the main chain. That's why we call it as 1,3,5 tricarbaldehyde. So what is the IUPAC name of this compound? Pentane 1,3,5 tricarbaldehyde. So the simple rule is, whenever it is not possible to consider the carbon atoms of all identical functional groups in the main chain, then you have to ignore them, and we have to provide special name for CHO principal functional group, which is nothing but carbaldehyde. Let's move over to the next example. The structure looks very similar to the first one, but only difference is, if you consider this side chain, it is not CHO. It is a CH2CHO. Remember, CH2CHO is different from CHO. That is why this CH2CHO will be treated as a substituent, and these two CHO groups are considered as principal functional groups. So when I want to number this carbon chain, obviously I'll start from right to left. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the fifth one, 6 and 7. And what is the name of the side chain that is present? You know, CHO group is called formyl group, and then you have CH2, which is called methyl group. CHO is formyl, CH2 from one carbon atom, it has to be methyl. What is the name of this particular side chain? It is called formyl methyl side chain. Where is it present? It is present on the third carbon atom. That is why when I write the IUPAC name, I'll write it as 3-. This is formyl methyl group. Then if I go for the main chain, 7 carbon atoms are there. So it is a heptane. And you know, on the first and the 7th carbon atom, we have CHO functional groups. That's why I say 1,7, it has to be diol. So IUPAC name of this compound is 3-formyl methyl heptane 1,7-diol. Again, I have retained E here because it is followed by consonant D. Moving over to the last example here, if you look at the molecule, there are 2 functional groups. They are, one is COOH, another one is CHO. And we know that COOH functional group gets a priority over CHO functional group. Hence, COOH functional group is considered as a principal functional group, for which I will write the secondary suffix oic acid. Then the other functional group CHO becomes subordinate functional group, and subordinate functional group should always be treated as prefix, and the prefix for CHO group is formyl. So where do we have formyl group? On the 2nd carbon atom. So this carbon chain is numbered from right to left, 1, 2, it is 3, you have 4, and then it is 5th one. So what is the IUPAC name of this particular compound? On the 2nd carbon atom, we have formyl group, and altogether there are 5 carbon atoms. So it has to be pentanoic acid. 2-formyl pentanoic acid.